Hey everybody, Spartan from SpartanTrading.com here. Now, I wanted to hit you guys with a little bit of more of an educational video today, and in this video, just talking about cryptocurrency and the stock market. Now, one of the questions I've been getting a lot of lately, especially with today's volatility, is how do I trade, Bitcoin or Ethereum or crypto-related things on the market, or on the stock market, I should say, without opening up a wallet and things like that. Are there any options for me? Yes, there is. There's a couple different ways that you can do it. A couple different assets that you can look at. One of them is called Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, and what this is a asset on the pink sheet market, which is a trust of Bitcoin, and essentially will move directly in correlation with the price of Bitcoin. Now, this one trades usually at a little bit of a discount to Bitcoin, or has. It can trade at a premium or a discount, but since there's been more basically Bitcoin related or crypto related ETFs coming out, it's been trading at a little bit of a discount. But in this case, you can see that it does move directly with the price of Bitcoin, which you can see here. So if you wanted to trade, Bitcoin through a different asset rather than going directly to it, and trading through your platforms, you can look at GBTC. If you do have the option to trade through pink sheets, you would have to have that enabled, of course. There's another one that you can look at, which is BCHG, which is something similar. I prefer the GBTC over it, but this is another name that basically a Bitcoin Grayscale asset as well. You can see that this one's a little bit more on the volatile side as of late. There's a couple other ones that you can look at if you wanted to trade, let's say, Ethereum Grayscale. You can look at the ETHE pink sheet as well, or you could look at the, I believe, the ETCG, which is the other one, which is similar to that BCHG that we just talked about there. So a couple different options for you there if you want to trade them direct. Of course, you can trade them through indirectly through, let's say, companies that just own a bunch of Bitcoin, something like an MSTR that does trade in sympathy with the price of Bitcoin. You always have that option as well. And these types of companies, of course, this one, for instance, obviously very volatile, but these ones do have options on them. So if you do want to trade options on them, they're going to be a little bit less liquid, but you do have that option as well. If you're just looking to trade with ETFs that have, let's say, some crypto, maybe blockchain exposure, then there's a couple different names that you can look at. For instance, you can look at Block, BLOK. Again, this will move in sympathy with the price of Bitcoin. So Block is a good one to be looking at. I think that's probably the highest liquidity one. BLCN, another one there. LEGR, KOIN. And you can see that LEGR, Ledger and Coin, not moving as much in sympathy with Bitcoin, but clearly there is some sympathy there. BLCN, I think I talked about that one. And then DAPP would be another one. And BITQ. Now, of course, the best out of these ones, I would say, on the ETF side, were the higher liquidity ones. Those are usually the better names to trade. And in this case, that Block is probably the one you would want to stick with if you were going to do it, in my opinion. But anyways, just a couple different names that you could be looking at to trade Bitcoin through your broker. If you don't want to set up a wallet and all these things, you do have access to trade through them in the short term these ways. You can get some exposure that way. Hopefully this video helped, guys. If you have any questions, you can go to SpartanTrading.com. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys next week.